There's been an interesting development in the transfer market, one that's quietly raised eyebrows among Rangers fans. In a window that's already seen its fair share of speculation, this latest twist hasn't caused panic or major headlines, but it has certainly prompted confusion and curiosity in equal measure. It's not the sort of move supporters were expecting, and the timing and circumstances surrounding it have only added to the uncertainty. While it's far from a dramatic turn of events, it's the kind of subtle shift that leaves people second-guessing what's really going on behind the scenes. As Rangers continue shaping their squad for the season ahead, this particular detail has become a talking point, not necessarily for its scale, but because it doesn't quite fit the narrative many thought was unfolding. So what has happened, and who is involved? Let's break it down, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers chairman Andrew Kavanagh has insisted the new ownership group have no plans to buy out the remaining shareholders in the club. The Ibrox chief, who joined forces with 49ers Enterprises to obtain a 51% stake in Rangers, issued a response to the question at a recent fan advisory board meeting. Kavanagh revealed he and the new ownership group are comfortable with their majority shareholding in the club. Members of the FAB had asked whether there was a long-term vision to buy out all shares in Rangers and obtain total control at Ibrox, but the recently appointed chairman stated the consortium is not drawing up any such plans. In fact, Kavanagh went on to reinforce the importance of supporter shareholders in the club, as he cited their presence as being vital to the club's identity and ongoing governance. The minutes of the FAB meeting read, FAB members also asked about the structure of the ownership group and whether the intention was to pursue full control. AC explained that the consortium is comfortable with holding a majority stake and there are no current plans to acquire the remaining shares. He reinforced the importance of preserving the role of supporter shareholders in the club's identity and ongoing governance. Kavanagh then addressed the decision to take the club private after the takeover, as he vowed transparency would remain essential. The minutes revealed. A further question was also raised around the decision to take the club private. AC noted that taking the club private enables more efficient decision-making and governance, better suited to the club's needs, but emphasized that transparency, accountability, and meaningful supporter engagement, particularly through mechanisms like the FAB, will remain essential features of how the club operates. Now, in an interesting Rangers transfer twist, Rangers officially kick off their new campaign under Russell Martin in less than a month's time. The Light Blues face Panathinaikos in a blockbuster Champions League showdown at Ibrox on July 22nd, with the return leg penciled in for the following week on July 30th. Rangers boss Martin is working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring new signings to the club before that first leg against the Greek Giants. He's already signed Max Aarons on loan from Bournemouth, while Lyle Cameron has also joined the club after penning a pre-contract earlier this year. In the meantime, Martin is weighing up the futures of several players already within the club who could leave during this current window. One of those players is Dutch outcast Robin Proper, as Rangers are still in talks with FC Twente over a potential return to Enschede, just 12 months on from his move to Glasgow. Martin had the chance to see him in action yesterday as he was involved in a pre-season friendly, which was held behind closed doors. This decision to have Proper play has left confusion amongst the fan base. It was understood that the centre-back will most likely be moving on. Could this be Martin wanting to give him a chance, or has Proper had a change of heart? Rangers faced Welsh champions, the New Saints, in a game believed to be held at their training ground. And it is understood from the information available, Rangers lost 1-0. It's unclear which players were involved exactly, but it is understood Proper played along with skipper James Tavernier and goalkeeper Liam Kelly. The match took place just 24 hours after TNS were held to a 1-1 draw by Scott Brown's Ayr United at East Kilbride's home ground K Park. It might not have been the result Martin would have hoped for, but TNS are further ahead in their pre-season preparation as they return for training much earlier, given their campaign gets underway in less than 2 weeks. The Welsh outfit also have Champions League qualifiers to attend to, but they enter the competition in the first round qualifier, while Rangers take on Panathinaikos in the second. In other news, Callum Adamson is staying put at Ibrox, and he's not alone. In a major step forward for Rangers' youth-driven future, the 17-year-old talent has signed a fresh 2-year deal with the club, joining fellow academy prospects Max Cameron and Jack Willie in committing their immediate futures to the Light Blues. The trio's new contracts signal a clear and deliberate shift under the club's evolving leadership. This summer has marked the dawn of a new era at Rangers. A US-based consortium spearheaded by Andrew Kavanagh and 49ers Enterprises has taken majority control, bringing with it a bold vision focused on development, sustainability, and long-term success. Among their early priorities, locking down some of the most promising talents rising through the academy ranks. Manager Russell Martin, newly installed under the revamped regime, has already been handed a significant project, not just to compete in the short term, but to lay foundations that last. According to trusted transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, Rangers have moved decisively to tie down Adamson, Willie and Cameron, offering them 2-year deals that align with the club's modernised approach. Romano shared the news via X, stating, "Rangers are set to retain 3 young talents within academy under new ownership and structure to develop academy players. Understand Callum Adamson, Jack Willie and Max Cameron have all agreed 2-year contracts at the club. It's a smart strategic play. The new ownership group has made it clear, developing homegrown players is no longer an option. It's a cornerstone. Adamson, who's already featured twice in the Challenge Cup and scored, has worn the Scotland under-17 jersey with pride. Willie, also 17, is a commanding presence at centre-back and has been capped at the same youth international level. Meanwhile, 16-year-old left-footed winger Max Cameron is still emerging, but is seen as a high upside prospect with potential to shine. This isn't just about sentiment, it's about sustainability. With a recent £20 million investment from the board and a £17 million loss reported in 2024, Rangers are moving away from the high-risk, high-cost transfer model that brought in injury-prone players like Danilo. Instead, they're doubling down on talent they can develop, nurture, and eventually elevate to first-team regulars, or sell on at a profit. Structured loans, targeted development, and a clear pathway to the senior squad are all part of the plan. Players like Finley Curtis are already being integrated, and Martin's strong reputation for improving individuals makes him the ideal figurehead for this rebuild.